And we are back with another gear review. This is Jason with Free Range Tales, and here today to talk to you about a piece of gear that I'm super excited about that's kind of up my game is the Maven RF.1 Rangefinder. Super sweet pair of optics, super sweet rangefinder. Picked it up about a year and a half ago. Was in the market for a new rangefinder, was actually out on a hunt, and had the rangefinder that I was using at the time had a black reticle, and I was on a pig hunt. It was super early in the morning, pigs were coming in, and I was trying to get a range to kind of figure out what my distance was, and because the reticle was only black, I couldn't see it. It was too dark and I couldn't do it. It wasn't a very clear piece of equipment. It was a mid-range rangefinder, and so I just knew I needed to upgrade and decided to go with the Maven. Read some reviews on this one, checked it out, thought it was pretty sweet, and decided to pick it up. And so one of the first things I noticed about this was how clear and precise the image is on this piece of equipment. Super great optics, super clear, can be super bright in low light conditions, and when it's really bright out is still clear and picks up good images. The cool thing about this is it's a 7x magnification. Super great, you know, when you're out there. I use this pretty much every day when I go to the practice archery range, and even I've done it at 3D shoots too. When I'm looking, I don't even take out my binoculars anymore because I can use this because it's got a 7x magnification. I can pick up the scoring rings, I can see through kind of shadows and shade, and kind of, even if it's just super direct light, I can see everything I need to do with the target with just this. So I don't even use my binos, I just use this when I'm out at the range. So it's great for that. One of the other things too is range accuracy and range distance. This thing can reach out for a long ways. Maven totes it at doing 4,500 with their reflective, you know, kind of whatever they can pick up at 4,500 yards, which is just forever. That's way further than I want to walk. So I've never really tested that too much, but I think I've ranged stuff out to like over 3,000 yards, and it's been pretty sweet and pretty accurate in ranging that. They say that it does game animals up to 2,700 yards. Again, that's way further than I'd want to put a bow stock in, but if you're a long-range target shooter or maybe a rifle hunter and you want to kind of reach out there and test your distance, this would be a great way to do it because it is super accurate out to those really far distances. So I think that's pretty cool for like a wide range of users. Again, I kind of focus on bow hunting, and so what I've noticed and what they claim is it's a half a yard accuracy up to 300 yards, and I do believe that is true. So my effective bow range, you know, I know that it's super true, and so I practice out to like 100 plus yards with my bow, and so far this thing has been right on and gets me within that half a yards, and so I'm not missing by too much if I'm, you know, shooting at those distances. So I think it is super accurate, and I can kind of attest to the accuracy that it does. Design features, this thing is pretty sweet. Has kind of this rolling thumb feature on it, and it is really easy to use for one-hand operation. So, you know, if you're right-handed, you can scroll with your thumb, and this scroll allows you to adjust the brightness. So again, if you're in those low light conditions, the reticle on this is red and super clear, and so in low light conditions it's really easy to see, and you can turn that brightness up and it picks up you know, you can see what you're looking at. Or if it's kind of sunny out midday, you can turn it way down and you don't need it as bright, it can do it. Also has this really cool feature, it's called field and forest mode. And so that field and forest mode is pretty neat. So if you have something that's line of sight, you can range out at a small target, you know, out to that 2,700 yards if you've got just a direct line of sight. The other feature, this forest feature, you can drop it into forest mode, and that forest mode allows you to kind of cut through and range through brush, tree branches. If it's light rain or snowing out, you can still get a range with it. So that's pretty sweet, and I found that to be pretty helpful when I'm out at the archery range doing 3D shoots, or even out in the field. You know, I was out on an elk hunt recently. There was a bunch of brush, kind of overgrown environment, and this thing cuts through and gave me an accurate range. So I really like that, and thought that was a cool feature, and they really thought this through. Also on there, you've got the control button. You can switch between the different modes. One of the cool modes that they have on this, and most rangefinders out there now have it, is angle compensation, which for a bow hunter and archery is super important, and you can kind of toggle between kind of line of sight, which is just a straight line distance, or angle compensation. I pretty much just run angle compensation all the time. Super accurate, especially in like super steep environments, shooting down, shooting up, gives me an accurate range, and I haven't had an issue with that, and know what it's giving me is super accurate. One of the things about this that I did notice is the size. I don't have the biggest hands, but you can see it's pretty full in my hands, which has pros and cons. The pros to it, it feels good in your hand. It's really like once you get a hold of it, it's good. The con was I run a KUIU bino harness, and in the KUIU system I had the KUIU rangefinder. This was too small. It didn't fit in there. It was stuffing 10 pounds in a 5-pound sack. It just didn't fit right. With one-hand operation, when you're out hunting, you want one-hand operation, and with this KUIU rangefinder pouch, I couldn't get it out one-handed. I was constantly having to wrestle with it, and so in the heat of the moment, it was not working for me, and so I decided to upgrade. After some research, I looked and found the Marsupial Gear rangefinder pouch. It was actually designed for the RF1, so it slides in there, fits perfectly. Easy one-hand operation, can kind of take it in and out really easy, and so that was the key to it. So again, Marsupial Gear designed their rangefinder pouch for the RF1, so it fits perfectly. Had to upgrade. This was $30-35 and needed to kind of do it. KUIU one's kind of a backup now, and unfortunately is on the side. I have to see if we can get them to make a larger size that can fit one of these larger rangefinders. So that's the only knock, but once you do have it in your hand, it feels great. It's just a solid piece of gear, super durable. I've dropped it at the range, had it in light rain. I use it every day, and it gets super dusty, and it always works and is super clear, and haven't had an issue. Also, Maven offers a lifetime warranty on all their things, an unconditional lifetime warranty, which is pretty insane. So, if I do drop it and break it without just throwing it on the ground, they'll replace it, no questions asked. So that's pretty unreal. The price point on this, it is $450. I would say that's probably right in the range of all the other brands that are out there that have comparable features and capabilities. So I think this one was, I think it's right on there. Maven does direct to consumer. Again, with that lifetime warranty, I think that's money well spent for the quality of optics you're getting, as well as that lifetime warranty, unconditional lifetime warranty. I got to kind of tout that because that's pretty sweet. So again, this thing has been awesome. I've got a bunch of use out of it, gone on a bunch of hunts with me. I use it every day in my practice and love it. It's still using the same batteries that I got with it, so it's been super good. And again, I use it every day, multiple times a day, so this thing is pretty sweet. So yeah, Maven RF.1 Rangefinder has been a great pair of optics for me. If you're in the game for a new pair of rangefinder, I'd suggest checking this one out. Again, you can find it on Maven. Maven Built is their website. Definitely worth checking out and doing if you're looking to upgrade and do with this one. Also, gear reviews. Wanted to tell you guys really quickly, we have our website up. Did a written review of the Maven RF1. We've got all of our podcast poster on there too. Have some of the written reviews. I did one of the Maven, so if you guys like to read and kind of want to check it out, did a more of an in-depth review on there, but also wanted to kind of put a video out there for you as we're looking to kind of put some other content out there. But thanks for checking it out. Again, freerangetales.com. Check us out on Instagram at Free Range Tales Podcast, and we'll check you guys soon. Thanks for checking it out.